What's going on, guys? This is Ryan with RK Outpost, and today we had a bomb drop from Robert Meyer Burnett, who somehow, someway, got his hands on the script, on Colin Trevorrow's original script for Star Wars Episode 9. So it was not going to be The Rise of Skywalker. We found out what the title of it would be. And he did a live stream where he basically talked for nearly an hour or so, going through the entire plot based on the script. Now, I did a video on Geeks and Gamers. I took notes during that live stream and kind of gave my own plot outline just to sum it up for everyone. So definitely, if you get a chance, I'll link that in the description below. Go check out that video if you want to get in-depth details on what it is. The bottom line for me, and why don't I pull up this other picture? This is a screenshot that he showed to show that he had the script. This is part of it. So you can see Star Wars Episode 9, Derek Connolly and Colin Trevorrow. Based on characters created by George Lucas. December 16th, 2016, supposedly when this draft of this script was written. Now, we also had the opening crawl right here. Episode 9, Duel of the Fates. So Duel of the Fates was going to be the title, not The Rise of Skywalker, Duel of the Fates. And I will just say, I do think that's a better title than The Rise of Skywalker. But, going through these whole plot leaks, and that's not really what this is going to be about, because, like I said, I already did a video on that for Geeks and Gamers. Please check that out. But I just kind of want to give my thoughts overall on how I feel about what I heard in the script. And I don't think there's any movie they could have made that would have made me, satisfied or anything like that with the Disney Sequel Trilogy. Because like I've said so many times, in 2014, when Disney bought Star Wars, got away with the EU, I was pretty devastated. And I decided I was going to give Force Awakens a chance. And I went to see Force Awakens in theaters. I absolutely hated it. I hated it. I hated the characters. I hated the ones that I saw were cheap imitations of characters that I knew from the EU. So it's like, why did you even get rid of it in the first place if you're just going to do something kind of like it, but try to call it your own, but do it really poorly? I didn't like the world that J.J. Abrams built, mostly because they didn't tell me anything about it. There was no world building involved. I had no idea what the stakes of the galaxy were. And after that, I was done with Disney, Star Wars, and being invested in that. So then when Last Jedi came around, I was just at the point where I'm looking at it to laugh at it. Whereas that's the part for so many other people where it changed. Colin Trevorrow's script is better than the movie we got for Rise of Skywalker. There's no doubt. It makes a little more sense. There's some actual real struggles, it seems. Apparently the characters interact a little bit more, a little bit better dialogue. It's not as rushed. Things make more sense. There's not these contrived MacGuffins all over the place like there is in The Rise of Skywalker. I do think that Colin Trevorrow's script could have gotten more people to like this movie. And that's not saying much because The Rise of Skywalker... we know what Rotten Tomatoes has been stuck at 86%. So many people have exposed that for being fake, just like it is. When we saw what they're doing with Doctor Who now, Rotten Tomatoes is a joke, clearly. But when you talk to people, when you see comments, I can tell you personally, whenever I made the simplest criticism of The Mandalorian, those are the most downvoted videos on my channel. However, The Rise of Skywalker, no one has an issue when you talk bad about it because no one... That's not true. There are some people that watch this. I have a patron who really likes The Rise of Skywalker. And he realizes it's a flawed movie, but he enjoys it for what it is. But I think overall, when you look at a lot of people, most people are either disinterested or have big issues with it. There's so few people that really just love this movie. I think that Colin Trevorrow's script, like I covered on my video on Geeks and Gamers, would be a better end to the story for a lot of people. It doesn't crap all over the legacy of characters, at least not as much. It didn't seem like there's really any woke things in it either. Obviously, it's tough to tell just from a 1 hour read through of someone's interpretation of the script. But overall, I think you're going to see a lot of people calling for, we should have got Colin Trevorrow. Colin Trevorrow could have saved the sequel trilogy. And I just don't think that's true. For me personally, there's no way it could be true. for some people out there, I do think that that could have been a better ending for them. And it's a shame for those people that could have enjoyed Star Wars, because I'm not somebody that doesn't want people to enjoy it. If you like the sequel trilogy, I'm happy for you in a way. I don't want people to feel the way I feel about what's happened to Star Wars for me. I don't want that for people. I want them to enjoy it. So even if it's something that I can't enjoy, it'd be nice if Lucasfilm could get it right for the majority of people, but that's just not the case. They keep making bad decisions. This script shows again that whatever the problem was, whatever the creative differences were, Kathleen Kennedy wanted to go with JJ. They wanted to bring JJ Abrams back into the fold. Colin Trevorrow's script is better than The Rise of Skywalker. It still would have ended in a dumpster fire, but it wouldn't have been the shit show that it currently is. These people in charge at Lucasfilm need to go. I don't know how many times we can say it, and I'd have to expect very soon we're going to hear an announcement about that. If we don't, then I don't know. Then nobody cares. Kathleen Kennedy will have her job for life until she passes away or something, if they don't force her to retire or get rid of her after this debacle. But those are just kind of my thoughts, my rambling thoughts about the overall meaning. You're going to see a lot of people calling and saying they should have had this would have saved it. For me, no. It's just not possible. But for some people, it's disappointing they didn't get to see that part. But I want to hear your thoughts. I don't know if you've watched my video on Geeks and Gamers or not, if you know all the plot details. But if you have, what do you think about this Colin Trevorrow script? Duel of the Fates. Do you think that would have been better? Do you think that would have been worse? Do you think it wouldn't have mattered either way? Let me know in the comments below. Make sure you smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks for watching, everyone, and a huge shout out to my patrons. I appreciate you guys so much. Want to follow me on Twitter or Instagram? Check out the description below. You'll find links to my P.O. box and my Patreon as well. And I'll talk to you guys later.